Hi, Lee Phillips again. I want to talk to you about taxation of a multiple member LLC. Multiple member means that there are two or more owners of this LLC. Now, if it's a single member or one owner, we've talked in another YouTube, we've talked about your taxation choices there. Let's talk about your taxation choices in a multiple member LLC. In any choice you have, you're going to have to get an EIN, a tax identification number for the IRS. You can't use your Social Security number. In one of your choices on the sole proprietorship, you could use your Social Security number. But in this case, no. You have to have an EIN for your company. They're easy to get. We have a YouTube on how to get your EIN, EIN or Old McDonald, something like that. But you get your tax ID. Then you get to choose how you're going to have it taxed. You have three choices. First of all, you can have it taxed as if it were a partnership. You will follow all of the tax rules. You'll file your 1065. You're going to get K-1s to each one of the partners. Now, you're not partners. You're members in an LLC, but as far as the IRS knows, you are partners. They are treating you as if you are a partnership. So, by the way, you understand that you never have a partnership because of the liability issues. You're not only liable, and we've got another YouTube on the liability of a partnership, but you never have a partnership because each one of the partners is jointly and severally liable for what the other guy is doing. Well, in this case, you have an LLC. You get all of the asset protection, the corporate shield, the charging orders, and we have other YouTubes on all of those. You get those asset protections, but you are taxed as if you were a partnership. When are you going to choose to be taxed as a partnership? Well, let's think about that for a minute. The other choice that you have is a Subchapter S entity, an entity taxed under Subchapter S of the IRS code. Now, you can have a corporation and choose to have it taxed under Subchapter S, or you can have an LLC and have it taxed under Subchapter S. The entity requires a tax ID number. It files an actual tax return, but then everything passes through to the owners, the members, and they pay the tax. So there's no actual tax owing by the entity, the Subchapter S LLC, but it has to file a tax return, but the tax is actually paid at the members level. It's a pass-through entity. You can also have your multiple member LLC taxed under Chapter C of the IRS code. You've heard of a C corporation. Well, you can have a C LLC as well. It's just an entity taxed under Chapter C of the IRS code. And in a small business, you're going to be really hard-pressed, guys, to give me a good reason why you should have a Chapter C entity. The entity itself actually files a tax return, and it actually pays the tax. It's very difficult to get money out of a C entity down to the owners without double taxation, without being subject to all of the Social Security, FICA, FUTA, and all that crap. In the S corporation, I can get a lot of money to the owners as distributions, and that's not subject to the Social Security, FICA, FUTA. You save 16% tax right off the top in that case. So, why would I choose one or the other of these? You're going to choose a partnership taxation if your company is making money through rents, royalties, that sort of thing, passive income, unearned income. And we have other YouTubes on what passive and unearned income is. If you have earned income, you're selling widgets. You're selling goods or services Then you're going to probably want it taxed under chapter or subchapter S of the IRS code. That way I can get money out through the distribution and I don't have to pay the payroll tax, the Social Security, FICA, FUTA, and all the rest of that crap on the money I get out as a distribution. So we save 16+% on that. Not a bad deal, guys. Pretty good. You're going to have it taxed under Chapter C of the IRS code? Probably never. So Lee Phillips talking on how you would choose to have your multiple member LLC taxed under the IRS codes.